Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Mathieu with Forbidden Knowledge News. I really hope you're going to join me at the 2020 Laughlin UFO Mega Conference. It really is going to be the best conference of 2020. It's going to be February 15th to 22nd in Laughlin, Nevada, and there's going to be over 30 amazing speakers. And right now I'm here with one of those amazing speakers, retired lawyer, author of several books, and level 2 practitioner of quantum healing hypnosis technique, Garnet Schulhauser. Mr. Schulhauser, how you doing today?
I'm doing just fine, Chris. How about you?
I'm very good, and thanks for joining us. I'm very excited to meet you at the conference, and I'm also excited to hear what you have to talk about. So tell us a little bit more about your work today and what you're going to be presenting at the conference.
Okay, the whole basis, Chris, for my 4 books deals with my dialogue and subsequent astral travels with my spirit guide, Albert. Now, it's interesting how I met Albert. I was still practicing law. I was walking down the street one day, and a homeless man jumped out in front of me and stopped me in my tracks. Well, to make a long story short, it turns out that this homeless man was really my spirit guide, Albert, disguised as a homeless man. So that led to a dialogue that I had off and on with him for a number of months, which led to my first book called Dancing on the Stamp. Then he came back into my life again. This time, he appeared in my bedroom one night in astral form, and he basically took me on a series of astral trips with him to the spirit side, to other places in the universe, other places on our planet, and he asked me to write books about what I saw and what I heard, which led to my last 3 books, which is Dancing Forever with Spirit, Dance of Heavenly Bliss, and Dance of Eternal Rapture. So at the conference, I'm going to be speaking about a number of the things that happened during my astral trips, some actually quite exciting things. He took me to visit, at one point, Earth in a parallel universe, where there was some major differences between that Earth and our Earth because of a couple of quirks in the history of that planet. And I'll get into more detail of my talk, obviously. He also took me to visit what I would call a utopian human civilization on a distant planet. And this civilization had managed to eke out basically an idyllic existence through genetic engineering, and so they basically had no crime, no violence, no negative emotions, a wonderful place, and they actually had very advanced technology and could travel between the stars. He also introduced me to a couple of super intelligent ET races, one on a planet called Xeron, and another one in a spacecraft orbiting planet Earth, 2 different races, and I'll be giving details about what happened there. I also he took me to have a conversation with Gaia, the consciousness of Mother Earth. That was an amazing conversation, and she had some stark warnings for humanity, which I will detail in my talks. And as well, I'm going to reveal some of the mysteries of the source and the creation of the universe. That's essentially the main points of my talk. I'll be talking about many other things, but those are the highlights.
Would you be able to tell us a couple of the messages that you have received while on these travels, especially about, say, our planet?
Well, yeah, the conversation with Gaia was quite interesting, and she's basically the consciousness of our planet. So she looks after all of her flora and fauna. She loves all of her animals, including humans. She's quite distressed at the fact that humans have been polluting her. We've been polluting her atmosphere, poisoning her soil and her water, and we've been doing this over a number of years, particularly at an increased pace since the Industrial Revolution. She's really concerned about our pollution, and she's basically saying, look at you guys, you got to stop, because you can see what's happening around you. In the last 3 years, there's been an increase in the number of natural disasters, and intensity as well. So hurricanes, floods, wildfires, tornadoes. She says that's a consequence of our pollution, of our mishandling of the environment, the place that we live. And so she's very distressed at that, because not only does it harm her, it harms her other animals, and it harms humans as well. So she can't understand why we are doing this, and that we can't see the way clear to stop our abuse of Mother Earth and stop our pollution. And so that was her main message. And she's basically saying, look, guys, if you don't change your course of action, it's going to end very badly for you guys. So that was a warning. She gave us a warning shot across our bow.
That's fascinating. Now, on my show, I cover a lot of UFO footage as well, and it seems that there's been an increase in sightings the past few years, and there's definitely some interesting things happening with disclosure. Do you think that one day we may see open contact with some of these beings?
Absolutely. My spirit guide Albert says that these various races, and there's any number of them, have been visiting Earth for eons. And they're all benevolent. They're here to watch what's going on, help us in subtle ways with our development. But basically, they can't sort of fix everything that's wrong with us because they're under what Albert calls sort of like a Star Trek Prime Directive, not undue influence on lesser civilizations. So they can't just go and destroy all of our weapons and help us that way and sort of police us. But they're there to watch us. Absolutely, Albert says that what's happening with all the increased sightings of UFOs and the additional disclosure, we're being prepped for the full and open disclosure. So they don't want to sort of hit us over the head all at once and say, guess what, here we are, we're from planet whatever, and we've been visiting you guys for thousands of years. They want to sort of prep the civilization so that we won't be sort of panicked or otherwise under great distress when they make the open contact. So that's coming. You won't say when, but it is coming.
Very interesting. Now, can you tell us more about quantum healing hypnosis technique?
Sure. It's a hypnosis technique developed by Dolores Cannon, who developed it over a period of 40 years. Dolores Cannon is a very prolific author. She's published over 19 books, all in the sort of the spiritual metaphysical genre. She's the founder of my publishing company, Ozark Mountain Publishing. So she developed this technique over a period of years. Basically, what it does is that with a client, I put them into a very deep hypnotic trance, the theta level. And once they're in the theta level trance, two things happen. The first part is that we take them back to one or more past lives, or it could be a parallel life or future life, we don't know. It could be a life on Earth, it could be a life on a different planet. I've had many clients who have had alien lives on other planets. So they go through a past life, which usually has some relevance to their current life, maybe some karmic carryover or something else that's relevant to their current life. And the second part of that is we make direct contact with the person's higher self. And that's sort of the highest part of a person's soul, most closely aligned and connected to the source. And so there, we ask the higher self direct questions, like a client will come in with a list of questions, things like, what's my life purpose? What sort of career path should I have? How come I'm having problems with my relationships? Why do I have this inexplicable pain in my thigh? Questions like that. Higher self will give direct, candid answers to these people, which really helps them a lot. And in some cases, the higher self, if they have an affliction, the higher self can actually agree to heal the affliction. And that has happened to me many times where people have come in with some sort of affliction. Higher self says they'll fix it. The person walks out free and clear of whatever was bothering them. So it's a sort of a therapeutic hypnotic process, which works very well.
So you think some of us could possibly have had past lives on other planets?
Absolutely. I can't say for sure because everyone's different. Everyone has a different journey. But I've run into many clients where they've had a past life. They describe in great detail past life on a different planet, like it's a different life form. It's really quite amazing. And so you can't say for sure. You won't know for sure unless you have a past life regression and you happen to hit on one of these alien lives.
That is fascinating. And I'm very much looking forward to more information that you have to present at the conference, and also looking forward to meeting you there.
I'm looking forward to meeting you, Chris. And thank you for inviting me today.
The purpose of this conference is to educate and disclose some of the truths of our mysterious existence. There's going to be over 30 speakers, with 9 of them international, and they're coming here just to present information to you. This is also going to be the world's lowest cost convention, with economy attendance packages starting at $517.50 per person. That includes 8 nights hotel, 7 days, 8 nights conference attendance. Please be sure to go to Laughlin UFO Mega Conference.com right now to ensure you get your early discount package prices. I really hope to see you there.